Yes. We on live. We on live. We got time for the music later on. I just want to tell you that I only had 2 hours of sleep last night, and I was like down in it. And I looked up and I saw Mrs. Scurv. Mrs. Scurv said, "Listen, buddy, I know you're putting in those hours late at night, but you're getting up right now. You're gonna help me do some work in this yard." And I said, "Are you serious?" And she looked at me. She said, "Yes, I am. I got breakfast for you. I got everything for you. So wipe that stuff out the corner of your eye. You're going to work this morning." So here I am on the van going up to the mountain. Had me out there like a Negro singing Negro spirituals out in the hot sun. I said, "Man, I got to get back and do my show." She said, "You'll be all right. We'll be back." Little did I know I'll be getting back just in time. Didn't have enough time to really look over and go through the ritual and the schedule, going through, seeing what's going on, seeing what I'm going to speak on. I mean, I just got this thing together. I just put this banner together. I just put this link together. I didn't even have a chance to promote it, so most people will see it after. We only have 3 people on right now, but I'm quite sure they'll see it and come on. That's the way it works. We put the work in. We have some stuff from Ambience. We have some stuff coming from other people, myself, and surprises. I'm going to work it all night long. That's what we do. I haven't recorded it yet, but we will put our first adult style Patreon tales from the past, my other side of life, the things I've experienced and seen. And like I said, I'm not going to use gynecological. What was I thinking about? Vagina-cological. That's the same thing, right? So I do expect everybody to have a tough heart and understand that I will speak a little rough, a little spicy as needed, but the stories that I share will be real and they will be comical, and I'm going to tell them in a certain way, but I'm going to take you to different worlds that most people don't get a chance to go to. They don't get a chance to go to. So it's like, okay, I'm going to take you there. Doom, 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 doom. Oh. Come on, y'all remember that, but the staple singers back in the early 70s. I'm not the only old head around here now, am I? But anyway, this is not going to be a long one. Since I put this together, we have all this extra work that we have to put up later on. But I do want to hang out a little bit. And there's something that I've been thinking about for the last few days, even though I tell you that my mind works in a way multi-track. I could be talking to you, and I got like 4 or 5 other things I'm working on in my mind. And sometimes I'll speak to you and it would jump over into one of the other tracks and not make sense. You know what I mean? That happens to me a whole lot. And people are like, huh? What did you just say? I might be talking about a recipe or something on the phone. I'm like, yeah. And when I edit that one part out, I have to replace the other. What do you mean edit? Oh, that's the other thing I was thinking about. So when I get on a roll like that, I love it. I'm in a zone. That's a special zone. That's a zone I've been going to for a very long time on a creative level. I don't need meta. I don't need the metaverse. I don't need all this stuff. I don't need weed. I don't need liquor. I get high just from thinking. I don't need to escape from reality. Reality is my high. I mean, could you imagine? A thought that hit me the other day. It is so vast, this world. There are so many things underwater, under the seas, Jacques Cousteau style. Remember Jacques Cousteau? He used to explore everything. One place he never went to was the hood. He had no interest in coming to the hood because he did not want to get shot. But him and the folks who climb mountains and the folks that came out to Africa, not the Africa I live in, I'm talking about the Africa way out in the wild. But we know 85% of most Africans live in areas of cities, close to cities, metropolitan areas. Most people don't know that. But that's the thing. There's so much work. If you were to freeze the entire time that you're in right now, if we were to freeze right now, for me, it's 3:05. That means on the East Coast of the United States, it's 10:05. If you were to freeze time right now, and I gave you 5 million years, everything's frozen. Somebody dropped a bottle, it didn't break, it froze. Somebody threw a ball up, it didn't come down because time and everything froze. Somebody was about to slip and bust their ass on the snow. It didn't happen. Somebody was about to get caught cheating. It didn't happen because everything is frozen. They will when time resumes again. But if I was to freeze time and give you 5 million years, you could never, ever go and investigate every situation in the world, what's going on every block, every household, every part of the wild, learn every animal, travel everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Not just like you sleeping and somebody's driving you around. You got 5 million years. Take your time. Drop yourself in the country. We'll pay for your hotel. Walk around. Talk to everybody. You can't do it. So why would you waste time on foolish endeavors that don't go anywhere? The world is too vast. I don't want to know who the next person's screwing. I don't know. I don't want to know what the next person's doing. That's why gossip is so destructive. You gossip, you're like antimatter. You waste my time. You suck from my brains. You know, I heard in the Congo, there are fish that appear every now and then that man has never known about. It's not documented. Isn't that fascinating? So here we are worried about what the people doing next door, down the block, around the corner, ready to call this one and that one. And there's so much to learn. And yet, guess what? Some of us have 70 years, 80, 90. I read of a woman who was 125 years old. I think she just passed away. So it's just so much goodness out here to absorb. That being said, at the last minute, as I slid into home base, I titled this, Where is the Love? And I snatched two photos of, you see two women there. They don't look too happy. There's one guy. They're in the back laying down, the one with the yellow band around it. She's not looking too happy. This woman here with the red band around the photo, she doesn't look too happy. The guy has his hands in his face. Who knows what it is? Maybe she said that, you know, she doesn't want to be with him no more. He looks sad, whatever. These are the things that are happening all over the world, and especially in our community, because I focus on our community, but, you know, it's a worldwide thing. It seems as though, not just in relationships, but it seems as though all over the world, there's not as much love. But we have to define what love is, because too many people use that word and throw it around. Love, love, love. Oh, I love you. I love you. Ah, ha, ha. You're giving me money. Of course, he's going to say he loves you. He's sucking from you. You're a source of funds for these people. Of course they love you. Stop giving to them. They love you. Why don't they give something to you sometime? The takers never do that, but they always say love. So it's an opportunistic thing for a lot of people. They break out with the love word. Now, if you're deficient in love in your life and you're hungry for it, as soon as the person throws a word at you, then all of a sudden it's like, you go for it. You suck it up. You hear the word and you just think the person's sincere in giving it, but they're wearing a mask to get in, whether it's sex, your resources. You see, some men, let's speak about the male-female thing. Some men come around you because it's not even just sex. Some of these jokers looking for a place to live. Some of them are broke. Some of them might be working and just broke, paying child support. I'm not throwing them under the bus. But we made our choices. Now we got to face the consequences. Accountability. And sometimes we're bitter in life and we're mad. We look to use people. But guess what? We made those choices, right? So we got to face it. A lot of times people don't want to face the consequences and they're mad at the world for the choices that they made. You made them choices years ago. You still got to live with it, whatever it may be. You thought you're going to sleep around and just do whatever you want to do. Now you got a bunch of babies. You got to take care of them. That's the consequences of it. Can't go to the club, can't hang out like your friends still can, some of them. But on an overall level, that's one kind of love. What I'm talking about is overall in the world. Just a general love, especially in the Black community. We don't have that no more. We always had gossips. We always said, girl, let me tell you what happened to party last night. I found out. Yeah. But now it's even more dangerous. But there's a lack of love, just like when you go high up in the mountains and there's less oxygen and you got to breathe a little harder. Well, it seems like in 2023, to me, it doesn't feel like, let's just pick a year. Born in 63, let's just pick a year, 1973, when I was 10 years old. The music, was more about love, romance. And some people are vehemently against romance. Oh, the romance, blah, 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 blah. If you never saw your parents romantic, or if you never saw situations around, it's a very beautiful thing. This is why when you are one who may be romantic and you meet somebody who is a nice person, but they don't understand that thing because they didn't grow up in that atmosphere, you're not going to be too happy. But overall, the love. I mean, getting up on a Saturday morning, the week was over, school was over. You got to do your chores. Soul Train came on 11 o'clock. You watching Soul Train, practicing your dances, because you might slide up in a party later on. Even if you're 10 years old, you got to be cool. Your afro had to be right. It had to be round. And you had to smell good. You had to be groomed. But more than that, you had to be mannerable. You couldn't walk down the street and not speak to the neighbors across the street or next door, right? As a child, you couldn't do that. If you saw someone or a woman or a man taking groceries from the back of their car in their driveway into the house, you better offer. You can't walk by. If you said hi, you're going to hear about it. Yeah, you said hi to Mr. So-and-so, but you didn't offer. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to be a gentleman. When you saw a girl that you liked, you're supposed to treat her with respect. You're not supposed to ask her how good she can give a blowjob. That's what happens today, but they don't say it that way. Hey, girl, can I come over later on and see what you're working with? What you think that mean? You think she got a weight room and she's working out and she's going to show him what she's working with? Yeah, I'm working with those 25-pound dumbbells over there. No. You jump from one thing to the other straight like that? You better be lucky if after 3 dates you get a kiss on the cheek at the door. More so a hug to hold her. To get a little kiss on the cheek, and it's a wet kiss that you can feel on your cheek, and you don't want to wash your face off because now you feel like you're in love. That was a beautiful time. We jumped past all of these wonderful things between the sexes. The dating, right? The courting, the engagement, and then the marriage. We jump from straight into marriage. Dating is when you go around with this person, and it can be multiple people because there is no sex involved. You're just going to the movie and sitting next to them, or maybe they're going with you to the supermarket to go shopping, and you're spending time with them to feel their energy. You can't have a long-term relationship without a foundation like this. Dating is to see what you like and you don't like in the opposite sex overall. It's not about the person. It can be about the person if things evolve. But dating, and now we say dating, but dating today is something different. Yeah, I used to date him and I got pregnant. How you get pregnant on a date? Dating doesn't mean having sex. We got to line this thing up better than this. And we got to tell our children what the deal is and be on them. Can't wait and hope and cross your fingers and wait until after the fact. No. Dating is to spend time with the opposite sex so you can say, you know what? He's a nice guy, but this is what I don't like about him. And I'm speaking as a woman, right? I'm not talking about, no, I'm a man. I can always speak about the woman, right? I know ladies listen to this show also, right? And they say, you know, he was a little too inconsiderate when we were at the restaurant because he insisted that I eat this thing. And I said, no, I'm a little allergic to it. And he was mad because I didn't try it. I told him, listen, you know, I can see he's inconsiderate. I can't deal with an inconsiderate guy. Or you might go out with somebody who doesn't have the proper hygiene. They came over to date, take you on a date, and they came straight off the basketball court sweating. Oh no, he stank. You know what I mean? Little things, so you know it gives you an idea of what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate. What one person tolerates may not be what the other person tolerates. So dating is just for that, to feel and sample the energies and the particular attributes that they have to know what your ideal situation will be. And dating can be young. You can date a man today, you can date 2-3 men the next day, and nobody should call you a whore because you're not having sex with them. Okay? That's the way that works. I'm just going over this real quick before I go into the other stuff. And then you have courting. Courting is the next step after dating and the step before engagement. Courting is when it's exclusive now, but it's not an engagement. Now, you're not going to be courting someone and dating someone else. You can't court two people at the same time. This is tentative now. You tell all of your dates and all of the male friends, listen, you know, I'm courting him now. This is not going to happen. I can't go out with you. You got to show respect, okay? And he's going to show the respect for you because word gets around town real quick. And if anything looks funny or will look funny, it's your responsibility to go to the person you're courting and let them know what the situation is ahead of time. It's like, listen, my friend asked me if I can help his younger sister, which may be 2 years younger or 1 year younger, but still in your age group. She wants me to help. I got to tutor her in math. She's falling behind in math. So I will be over his house, which is her house, and I'll be with her, and we'll be on the front porch. So if you want to swing by, or if you want to come along, but if there's trust, that's what it's going to be. I'm letting you know. Now, somebody may say, oh, I saw them out there sitting close next to each other. I think they was reading a book or something, but it didn't look right. Because you know people going to come back and say something. So, I mean, I look at myself. I do videotapes. I go places at night, places in the day. Mrs. SCURV can come with me anytime. If somebody says, I saw a woman in a miniskirt with her titties hanging out, and she was walking down the street. It was 3 a.m. I don't know what he was doing. I bet you I have some footage from that night, though, right? Because this is what I do. And it brings me around men. It brings me around women. It brings me around fat men, fat women, gay women, whatever. I'm not living like that. If you want to make something out of it, which people are always looking for something. Because even the time now, Mrs. SCURV said it, she said, you know, she was in the States. And you know why? Her father passed away, God rest his soul. And I'm out here by myself. I'm doing videotape. Where's Mrs. SCURV? You know what you're saying. You're trying to insinuate something. But I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because I've been doing it for a long time. So if you got your mind in the gutter, that's you. Now we go to the next stage of engagement. Now this is super duper exclusive. It ain't courting. You moved on. Maybe a courtship could probably disintegrate and you're not courting no more and you're back to dating. But everything should be with the goal of getting married. This modern day, I don't want to be married and so just go and frolic around and get a frequent flyer card for the clinic because you'll be itching between your legs a lot because your crotch sauce won't be too kosher. Seriously. Everything that should be done when you really look in hindsight, most of us who have leapfrogged from one religion to the next, one relationship, same thing, right? One relationship to the next without knowing ourselves, without knowing what we're looking for, what our standard is. The thing is too many of us don't have even standards, but you want to get all bent out of shape when stuff don't work out. How is it going to work out if you don't follow the instructions? And if a person doesn't have their own set of instructions, how are you going to work together with you if you don't know who you are and they don't know who they are? You go to Office Depot, Office Max, Home Depot, Target. For the international folks, those are stores in America and beyond. And you can get this ready-made furniture that you just have to put the parts together and put the screw in. Even the holes are pre-drilled. And you don't listen and read the instructions. Well, guess what? You're going to have a hard time. Now, if you're smart, you can line it up to look that way and figure it out. But there's always an extra piece that you don't know where the hell it goes. But if you read the instructions, you would have had it right. So if you've been dating and know what you like and don't like, and maybe you courted with this person and maybe it fell out and you got into something with somebody else, by the time you're engaged, you should already know, listen, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I can tolerate. What you say you like, I really don't like it too much, but you know what, I think you're an overall catch and I'm willing to work with you. But it's not the first and foremost thing I'm into. You need to do this about looking after your home. You need to talk about this when it comes to religion and spirituality, how you settle differences. Yelling doesn't mean that you're communicating. It just means that you lack the ability to work things out. You need to learn how to communicate and work things out when you have disagreements, because you are going to have disagreements. You need to talk about what you like and what you don't like sexually. You need to know. That's very important. Frequency, acts, this and that, what you do, what you don't do, what you're willing to try. Because every little thing that you don't go over in the contract of getting with somebody is going to become something big. And the fact of the matter is that we are our own universe. We are vast. Me at almost 60 years old, I'm just getting to know myself. I've been with myself all these years, and I'm just really getting to really and truly know myself, because we are the sum total of our experiences. And we have to have experiences to know. We have to put ourselves on the track of life. When you do a test drive and you put the vehicle on the track to see how it brakes, to see how it accelerates, to see how you can swerve out of danger when you see something on the road at the last minute, you need to know how this thing handles. And test drive don't mean just shacking up a little bit, because you need to know, is that going to make you talk? No, you're going to fall into some bad habits without asking. And then now you're going to have a bad blow up because you didn't talk about it. I said it before in shows. There was a book that I read one time in a bookstore that everybody should have. And it's about marriage, but it's about everything with a fine-tooth comb. That was an excellent book. And I'll tell you, if everybody read that book and adhered to the laws in that book, there'd be less divorces in the world, because they didn't leave any stone unturned. I couldn't believe, because, for some reason, my thumb opened the book. You don't always go on the table of contents. You just flip the book over. Why did I have to find the sex page? I'm like, they're covering all bases. Well, what happens if your partner loves analingus and you don't? I'm like, whoa, let me go back to the first few pages. I can't handle this. What are the answers for that? I need to go find that book out. They went deep. They went deep. I mean, God, dog. If you can read that book with a potential mate or the person you're engaged with and get through it, you're going to be together forever. Trust me. And forever is how long? It's still self-exploration. We can't lose ourselves in the next person and think that it's not for the next person to make you happy. You're supposed to make yourself happy. They can be the icing on the cake, but you got to know what it is that you like to do. You got to know what it is that you want to pursue. You got to have some dreams, visions, aspirations, goals. If you're not moving towards something, how are you going to move with somebody on something? Even if it's two different lanes, it doesn't have to be where you both are into the same thing, but both move towards something and you can supplement each other. Even if you're trying to be a brain surgeon and he's trying to be a great artist, that's two different things, right? There's two different mindsets. So there's going to be overlap and there's going to be parts that don't overlap. But if you understand each other's space, it's fine. And you have to understand that you still are an individual and you need space. They need their space to themselves, to zone out, to still keep in touch with themselves. Because this is why I don't believe or feel that when people say, oh, yeah, and especially in the songs, two people, what do they say? Joining together as one. They got to rephrase that. Because if you're two people and you're 100% and the next person's 100%, well, guess what? If you join together as one, you're only 100% now. What happened to the other 100%? Now you're one and then you split up. Now you're 50%. You're not 100% no more. And this is why people lose themselves. I with this person for so many decades, and broke up now, and I was with them for 25 years. You know, I was 35, and you know, we got together. It was fabulous, and then he started acting different. Now I'm 60 years old, and the dating scene is just all, of course, it's messed up. So many people caught their scars, and you're set in your ways, and people are set in their ways. It's different when you get to a certain age and you dating, because you got step kids and step grandkids and all kind of hang-ups and all kind of, you know, allegiances, and it's just like, whew. Some people say, let me just be by myself. I got too much into the relationship part. I wanted to talk about also the overall love in the world. Where is it? We look at each other like we hate each other. And, you know, that word hate is a strong word, and some people have earned the right to be hated. Some people are assholes. Some people say some stupid stuff. Some people think that, you know, they can throw you under the bus and all of a sudden you forget stuff. No, just get away from me. I don't hate you, but I can't trust you. You see, that's the problem with us in the world. We don't go after our own ideal life. It's tough enough. We tolerate too much, thinking it'll go away, or let's just be nice and let's just forget something. No, if you put a pebble in my shoe, I can't feel right walking with you until that pebble is gone. And sometimes people represent them pebbles. I can't walk with you. You make me uncomfortable. You bring pain to me. I got to throw you out the shoe. We have to be relentless like that. Stop tolerating foolishness year after year with people, whether it's in a relationship or any kind of proximity. When people see us like that, they will love us out of a respect even more so, because they know we don't play. And they'll straighten up. Come on now. You know, you see a woman walking down the street and everything's just hanging out. I mean, everything just hanging out. Tight, hanging out, whatever. And the dudes on the corner, how are they going to dress you? You know how they're going to dress you. You know, you put yourself out there like a plaything, of course they're going to dress you like a plaything. But if you're a woman who's dressed decent, doesn't have to be corporate, but you carry yourself a certain way, and you have that look on your eye where, yes, you can speak to me, but if you speak to me, it better be in a respectable manner. She ain't smiling all up in people's faces, waiting for their respect, giving the eye contact, looking up some strangers in the eye, just grinning. Well, what you think, even if you're dressed different, dudes pick that up a certain way. Oh, really? She checking me out? Okay, I'm going to hit that soon. And get shocked. You carry yourself with respect. Those same guys who disrespected that woman who didn't talk to them, who was hanging out, and they want to call her after she didn't say, oh, that bitch. But before, oh, girl, you fine. Oh, I'll marry you. Oh, can I get your number? Why you want the number for? What you gonna do? You rubbing lint together in your pocket. Don't even have a key to where you live, because they ain't give you no key, because you're gonna be out of there in 2 weeks. I'm not painting our brothers as being bad. I'm just saying there's certain situations, and I do say things in some very extreme scenarios just to prove the point. But we're really off the chain. How are we going to have love if we don't know how to make the foundation? I remember years ago, I used to overhear a lot of conversations from single-digit ages, so I'm well-schooled, and I was taught. But in a second, I got a nice little tea drink that Mrs. SCURV made is sitting in front of me, and I've been eyeballing it real bad. So give me a second and let me sip this bad boy. Oh my God, this is good. Oh my God, Mrs. SCURV. Oh, you hit this one out the park. Oh man, on the van coming down, she gave me a little. Oh man, this is the best drink I ever had in my life. Non-alcoholic now. Remember that. When you make those other drinks, Mrs. SCURV, you better hide them, because I will be up tonight. I'll be up tonight with Positively Angela at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk about a few things. Let me see here. I think I put the banner up. Let me see if this is the proper banner. Okay, no, this is the old banner. Did I make a new one? I gotta make, wait, is this last week's show? Let me see. No, this is this week's show, The Servant's Talents. And don't get on me, y'all. You know, I'm trying to get some, you know, because she bases a lot of things off of the Bible and brings it into law. So I'm trying to find black faces, but it's hard sometimes. So bear with me. Don't you can at least color them in. How would that look colored in? Look at them faces. That's European faces, man. I ain't got nothing against them. I'm just saying I'm trying to keep it a certain way, but don't get mad. How come you keep putting up white people? You can't believe the things I get on my email. Let me go back to the other one. But yeah, that's going to be tonight, 8 p.m. And of course, she throws down. She's hypnotic. This is what she was made for. This is what she was built for. I mean, she could motivate. She can get in front of a casket at a funeral and motivate the man to jump out and go for a 5-mile run out the casket. I'm telling you, it's all about the law. But, I'm going to get one more sip. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to hurt myself on these drinks, though, for real. And it's not too sweet. It's just the right. Wait a second. Mr. SCURV. Miss SCURV. Where is she? What's in those drinks again? Where did she go? Yeah, she must be asleep or something. If I see her walk past, I'm going to grab her. You heard me? Just tell me that those is lemongrass, right? What else? Why don't you come over here and say it to Mike yourself? Please. Maybe they think I'm tricking them. They don't believe me. No, come. I don't know. You have more credibility than me. Please come. Say it in the mic. There's no, the camera's off, you know. Go right there and put your mouth real close to that thing and just tell them how you make it and what's in it.
Hello, greetings, brothers and sisters out there. How you all doing today? I hope y'all are doing well wherever you are. Yeah, Brother Lance want me to say what's in the
Plus, to give me more time to go drink this one.
He's a mess. I had put hibiscus and lemongrass and ginger. You know, I make a whole big pot of it. So
and we're growing lemongrass up there, right?
Yes. And I also put lime juice while I was boiling the water.
And boiled it.
Yeah, and I boiled the ginger, the lemongrass, and the hibiscus. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoying the show and, you know, have a pleasant day.
I'm just talking smack.
I will talk to y'all soon. Take care of yourself. Much love.
Can we do a show later on? Yeah, I'm going to try to get her to do a show later on, me and her. Maybe try to do it live. So if I show my face, I got to take a shower first because I came off. I was out in the dirt, dirty. You know, she got me. And I'm going to have to go take a little shower first. I can't show myself like this. Rumors will start. You know, I think that Lance went out to Africa and I think he's not doing so well here. I think he's homeless. People think all kind of things. People have been sending me stuff on Cash App. I'm not one to get out here and talk about where to go, but the Cash App is disabled. It's disabled. It's only ZELLE. The information is down there. PayPal and Patreon. Now, Patreon, we're going to fire it up. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to go adult on Patreon. I'm going to talk, and I asked, you know, by a show of hands who was agreeing with it. And, okay, Synovia. Yes. How are you? The first time I'm looking in the chat room. Yes. Please do a show, Mr. SCURV. You heard that? Okay. Well, she has a promise to me. As soon as she's going to do it. So hopefully we can do it tonight. TJ, yes. And Reggie Burnett. Okay, yes, right. There's less energy. Yeah, it's right. That's right. Oh no, we're not deleting this. Only if YouTube goes on, you know, because Black love is against the law. Sister Oyala with your beautiful self. I'm glad you're here. Yes, we're gonna get on. We made a little bet. We made a little deal. So, you know, she's up to it. I'm going to make her up to it, though. And we're going to have some fun. But I'm going to go. I'm going to tell you, I've been struggling with this for a long time. I have a struggle. I have an inner struggle. Could you believe, as much as I like to talk and tell stories and different things, and that is a beautiful picture of Synovia. That is a beautiful picture. Look at that. Yeah. And we know Oyala has all the, I mean, she has, you know, because when we do all those shows, I got to edit and cut the picture out. So I know your face so good. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, me, you know, I had a crazy, you know, younger years, so to say, maybe a little not so young coming into my, you know, whatever, but I have a lot of experiences. And yes, she is, Oyala. Yes, she is. Definitely. Yeah. It's that East Lagoon watermelon that's going through, going through her veins. They make sure that, you know, the other markets don't have good melons and mangoes no more. Like we go to Medina and you bring them home and it's like mush. And like, wait a second. You get the further out you go, you get the good stuff. But anyway, I've been struggling for a long time because people were saying, well, listen, you know, you need to have your adult shows, talk about the things. And it's not just about sex, right? But I've been one who's hosted different types of parties, adult style, done different things. And I've learned lessons in those stories. It's not just about, oh, this one did that and this one licked this and did no. But it's very entertaining. And I've decided to come out of the closet with these stories. So on the Patreon, which has been kind of dying because I really haven't been putting stuff there. And I told people originally, I said, listen, just give me $1 just to support blindly. And there'll be special things there every now and then, but it's just about support. And people are like, oh, he's only putting up stuff the same stuff. So you know what? I'm going to put some stuff up there that you don't see and things that you didn't hear and things that's hot. I don't know how frequent I'll do that, maybe twice a week. Then I'm going to go in. And like I said, I'm not going to use gynecological terms. And this will be very, very extremely adult. I'm warning everybody, right? But I'm not going to be on there cussing just to cuss. I'm going to tell you about certain situations I've been in, certain things I've seen, the psychology behind it. That's the deep part we're going to go in. The people that I've run across, the people that I've dealt with, the people that have been in my proximity, and how possibly what made them the way they are on an erotic level. Because there's a lot of strange stuff going on around here. And I pretty much figured a lot of stuff out. So I'll take you with me, right? And you tell me how long you want how frequent should I do these? Because I'm going to be doing more frequent stuff here on the regular stuff, but I'm going to do that on the regular 2 to 3 times a week. Y'all let me know, but I'm probably going to start out with something maybe twice a week. If you want more, and I'm not going to charge a whole lot, I can't do this stuff on YouTube. Y'all know. It might be $10 a month what I do there. And you'll get, if I do 2 a week, it'll be 8, but I'll probably round it out somehow to being 10. And it'll be very, very entertaining. And don't join until I put one up. And I want to put one up tonight, but I don't know. It may not be tonight because I have Positively Angela. I have to host a show. For me, it's going to be 1 a.m. But for her, on the East Coast time, it'll be 8 p.m. So all this rest of this evening, I'm doing nothing but uploads and shows and editing. And I got some ambient shows to put up. And I'm going to try to catch the rooftop after this. Got to wash, got to eat. So I'm going to be going full steam until maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'll say wait until tomorrow. Maybe I might. I don't know. I may catch a second win and put one up. It's not going to be on YouTube. It may be on a different platform, but it will be on Patreon. But do not join for that kind of content until you see something up. And I'll put the links out on subsequent shows and here on the YouTube community page. That way you'll see it. They can't smash me for that. And when you see it, it'll be something that has to be unlocked. But this is going to be some hardcore stuff, but it'll be adult, entertaining, and very, very. And I'm gonna tell her myself. I sat there with Mrs. SCURV and I said, listen, you know, people have been asking me to do this. I said, but I'm shy. I'm not running for president, and I'm not shy, but I'm like, I hope they don't like lose respect for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell it. I hope they don't look at me different. You know what I mean? Like when you find something about something out about some woman in the neighborhood, you know, what she did 3 years ago in a different city. Like, what? She's always at the church. She's pays her tithes. She's such a decent young lady. She was doing that. Oh my God. I mean, something way out. You know what I mean? Well, like I said, I'll have no secrets after this. So I'm gonna make it juicy. You're gonna hear like, yo, Lance, I can't believe you said that. But I've been afforded a lot, and it won't be just that type of stuff. It'll be just going in, zeroing in, and dusting off some experiences I've had, observing people, different things, and you're gonna have to have a strong stomach to hold on to it. I just realized, like, and speaking to different friends of mine, they're like, man, you did a whole lot of stuff. I'm thinking, like, I thought everybody was on that level and had different lives and different things they explored. What you mean you don't understand that or this or that? So for me, I think I'm put here to tell it in a way where there are lessons behind it, where you can get an understanding of human nature. Okay, thank you, Oyala. You just want to hear it, don't you? Truth Sarah, let me see. I'm kind of far away from the screen. I've been watching your channel for many years and still enjoy your topics. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you, Truth. Thank you, Truth. You the truth. I like that play on word, truth serum, right? Like right? Truth serum. Wow. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna make it hotter. Yeah. But I mean, when I come back onto the channel, you'll know that'll be the, decent side of me. It's like that dude who hung out all night, got drunk, went to the social club, did all kind of things. And I'm talking about those social clubs where you got to have a special knock and there's a bouncer by the door. And if you're not part of the crew, he's not letting you in. You know what I mean? So it'll be like that. And I'm going to talk freely, real freely. I have no problem with that. But thinking about it, my only thing is that the people who are already there on Patreon, I'm like, what kind of filthy type stuff? Because see, folks focus on that so much. Let me tell you about this. I had a stalker. I'm going to say, and I don't call people who follow me on social media stalkers. I'm not like that. Oh, you're a stalker. No, you want people to follow you, but and I don't mean follow like some religious cult. I hate that word follow. To me, it's like walk along with me. Check out the content. Sometimes you might not be around as much and it may not be stuff that you like. It's okay. There are other stores in the mall. I have no problem with that. I love it when I see people who are on this page, you go over the other and you're bumping each, hey, Lance, what you doing here? Whatever. And sometimes with other channels, they get mad at that. I might go, and that's why I'm hesitant to go in different like chat rooms because, we'll have some of the same people and they'll start, Lance, what you doing? Oh man, I'm glad to see you. And then the host is like, why? He's coming over here and clout chasing. No, I don't do that. So a lot of times I'll chill and just not say nothing at all. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to make it where I'm offering things that are like more acclimated to my experiences that I can share. Because let me tell you, AI is coming. Artificial intelligence is going to change YouTube and all social media like it never has before. And what do I mean by that? And you're going to see this in a few months. They have programs now that if you want to write about something, right? Say, for example, you can go to AI and say, let's just make up something far out. The latest, greatest, most expensive yachts in the world. I want something in detail on the top 10 yachts in the world. Give me 5 pages of detailed information on different models and how much they cost and what they can do and whatever. And AI within a few seconds, boom, and you got it. Now, how's that going to change YouTube? Well, they have other programs that can emulate the human voice. How many of you have ever gone on a YouTube video and you hear this voice that is reading out and it's not human? Well, you can feed what artificial intelligence gathered on this particular subject of yachts or whatever it may be, and that voice, you feed it in, it reads it out. Now you have the audio and the actual facts on that particular topic. All you got to do is put pictures now in your editing to correspond with the information. And now you have a well thought out video without a human voice and without you having to really do any real research. So you're going to have, it's already flooding out already. I forgot the name of the programs, but they're doing it already. And they sometimes don't even pronounce the word properly. Like, you know, online I'm LANCESCURV, but my government name is LANCESCURVin, right? So they may say, every day LANCESCURVin makes videos. It's, you know, they always mispronounce something. So you're watching something robotic and thrown together. It may have good information, but that's what it's all about. And the only way to whip that as a content creator is to be original. Speak about your experiences. Take the camera outside in the street and talk to real people and vibe. Do your live shows and be yourself and be real. And it's no problem researching and utilizing those things. But you got to be a real person out here. So in my quest to hold on to that, I said, you know what? Let me speak about my experiences. There's no artificial intelligence out there that can tell me about what I went through. Not that what I've been through is more important than anybody else. I'm just sharing it. And I like when other people share their stuff. It's the human nature that I love, the study of it, the realization, the truths, the falsehoods, the fake people being revealed, the real people shining. All of those things for me is what does it. So that's why I'm going to get more and more and have it offered different ways that way. Now, somebody's going to get it and take the recording and share it with somebody and look at these nasty. He's not. So please, y'all, please defend me in the chat room when they come. I just heard a recording of a sexual act you performed, and oh my God, how could Miss SCURV approve this? She can hear me right now. I'm not on there to be lewd. If I have to say it, I'll say it. If I paint a scenario, paint a picture, whatever, because you know what? On the sex tip, we all are freaks on some level or another. And I hate to use that word. We're all curious about something. We all have done something. And it's not for all of us to put our stuff out in the street. I'm not asking that. But I'm going to share my experiences because I'm already here. Many people have asked because I've had to stop short. But like I was saying, I felt funny. I was like, oh, God, I feel a little shy. Me shy. Me of all people shy. But once I start rolling, I'll roll. I'm rolling. But there will be a lot of spicy stuff there. But there will be a lot of, especially me exploring Manhattan back in the late 70s and 80s, you know, before we had cell phones, before we had social media, everything was hands-on. I was a young man, very much muscular in shape and what they used to say handsome. I'm a fat old man now. Look at the picture there. I look like Uncle Fester with a black shirt. Put a light bulb in my mouth, it lights up. But, you know, I'm just sharing those things. And I was always curious to go places and go up in places. I went to high school in Manhattan at the High School of Art and Design. You know, so after school, we were right there. We did our homework in Times Square in McDonald's sometime, and we'd go back to the school and put the homework back in the locker and go home and come back and not have to carry our books, you know? So I was always that way. Remember, I had a father who, you know, had his own business, and all through the city, I got to know different people from young. I'm 6, 7, 8 years old. So I was comfortable exploring the whole 5 boroughs more than most people who just lived in one place and worked in one place. And, you know, they went to work, they went home. They went to work, they went home. They went to church, they went to the supermarket, they stayed home, they washed their clothes. They went to work and they went home. You see what I mean? For me, I was all over the place and I had to see what was going on. So when testosterone hit me and my musculature was developed at a very young age, remember I was competing in bodybuilding shows from 16 years old. So I had people fooled. All I would have to do to get into a club is ask a young lady who was standing outside, excuse me, can I borrow your eyebrow pencil? What do you want that for? And I'd paint on a mustache, put a hat on, something tight. Oh yeah, you can come in. Yeah, that bro looked like he about 24 years old, 23. He's all right. He's all right. I was 16. And with the women who thought I was older, well, we'll save that for Patreon. Anyway, those are fun days, but it taught me a whole lot. And I already basically had a good gift of discernment. It just honed it even more. So now I can see past lots of times when I'm on. There's a lot of times I'm off. If I'm upset about something or something's on my mind, it's not like I'm some all-seeing guru, but I spend a lot of time by myself. I've spent a lot of time. It's one extreme to the next growing up. Either I was the life of the party and hanging around everybody, or I was by myself, you know, exploring the city days on end, checking things out. And I was always finding myself in what my friend Angelo, I'm going to have him on it too, right? I'm going to have friends of mine come on with me sometimes to vouch for the story and maybe add some parts in that maybe I forgot about, because I have friends of mine. It's like, hey, Lance, remember the time you went to the beach and they bet you some money that you wouldn't go on the subway wearing a thong? I'm like, oh man, for real, I remember that. Yeah, I walked out Liberty Avenue with a thong on, and it was a bet. And I went to the beach and came back like that. Luckily, no cops saw me. This was back in the early 80s. They dared me, and I got paid. I don't think I told that one already, right? But yeah, so it's really all about, it's therapeutic for me also. I just feel I'm at a point now where I can put these in my memoirs and, go hide somewhere, and people think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. If not, I'm not, but, yeah, don't dare me. That's one thing. Back in the day, don't dare me. You're going to lose. Now, I'm not going to do something stupid and get locked up, but within reason and beyond reason, don't dare me. That activates something in me. Like, really? You're going to pay me money because you think that I'm not going to do that? The one thing that my older brother, when he wasn't high or on drugs or whatever, he was sober, which really wasn't very much time, but he was a brilliant person. Like I said, if he was off of that stuff, college educated, street educated, charismatic, if he had a podcast, y'all would never listen to me. You'll be, we're going to listen to his older brother. He's the better one. He's corny. He's good when nobody else is around. He was that good. He taught me so much in the times that his head was straight. And he always used to be, I said, listen, he told me, I'm going to give you $1,000 if you pick up that slug and put it in your mouth and chew it up and swallow it. And I'm like, he's the only one who would bet me something and dare me something, and I wouldn't do it. I'm like, I can't do that. But something like nudity or something crazy, freaky or something like that, you go ahead and bet me. I'm going to do it. I'll do it all right. But that one there, no way. No way. I think they had one of those survival shows, and I think they had a fear, something with fear or something with survival. Well, I've never watched those shows before, but they took slugs and put it in a blender with something, and the person had to drink it. See, I'll tell you straight up, I'm not doing that. Certain things I have no fear of, or something nasty like that, I'm not doing. Oh no, that's nasty. That's straight nasty. No way. So it'll get a chance, not that I'm all that or whatever, but it'll give you a chance to get to know me a little better on some different sides and stuff like that. And we'll share some laughs together. And it's going to be real fun. But like I said, I want to do one tonight, but I have so much editing and so much to do. And Positively Angela's going to be on tonight. And after that, it may be like about 3 o'clock in the morning for me. But if I fall out after that, I'll definitely do it for tomorrow to have it up on Patreon by tomorrow. I promise you that, because this will be monumental for me. And I've been encouraged by a lot of people to say, man, they're missing out on some funny stuff. And it's not always about being funny. It's stuff that teaches you about human nature. Because I've been in some crazy situations. And I'm going to share some of the same ones and go deeper with it. Some of the same funny stories you all know. I done told it a million times, but I'm going to go deeper with it. And some things you just don't know. Some things you just don't know. But where is the love? Let me finish up on that, because I'm not going to be on here too long. I want to start working on some stuff. I want to hit some rooftops, and I want to come back and do the ambient stuff. And I have some other stuff, and me and Mrs. SCURV are going to come on. It may be recorded. I'm going to try to get her to do it live. I'm going to try to get it to do where she shows her face and whatever. We'll see. But it will be something put up tonight. I'm going to work like a demon tonight and make these things happen. But like I said, the atmosphere in the world is not like it used to be. And I used to hear older guys, older women back in the 70s, man, these days are rough, man. Back in the 30s, back in the 40s, whoo, we had some fun and whatever. And I'm like, what happened now? This is fun. I said, you wouldn't understand, young man. The world has changed. So now here I am. I'm not up in the 80s yet or the 70s. I'm about touching 60. And I'm saying the same thing. I'm like, wow, the sun shined brighter back then. Everything was sweeter back then. Is it just me and my own small little bubble of a world? Or is it that the atmosphere of love, like air high up on a mountain, has gotten thin? The Black community, It's something missing. When you saw a mother with her children and she looked at you as though she was your mother. I mean, she knew she wasn't your mother, but it was a caring look. If you fell down and scraped your knee and she had a Band-Aid and a way of cleaning it, she would feel it. Come here, little boy, let me take care of that. We had more mothers out here. We had more strong, masculine fathers who stood for something, that you couldn't get away with certain things. They would chastise you and correct you the same way your own father would. And then we say, Father, well, where are they? And of course, things happen, and we knew that we were married more. And we know sometimes accidents happen and the father has been removed, unfortunately, from the house. But 9 times out of 10, even if he wasn't there and divorces did happen, the majority of us, we came together and filled in for each other. Back in the day when somebody had a death in the family, that whole neighborhood and the inner circle of that person who had that loss, they didn't have to worry about anything. People were coming to the door, knocking the door. Listen, baby, I know you're tired, but go on. We done made this tuna salad for you. Well, go on, baby. It's okay. We done made this macaroni salad for you. And the close ones would come with their own brooms, the ones you knew in your inner circle that can come in your house and you can leave them be. It's like, listen now, you sit down now. We're going to do a little cleaning for you right now. And all of a sudden you hear pots and pans and they're cooking for you, cleaning for you. You look around and your clothes been washed. That's the real love I'm talking about. Not somebody just saying it. Oh, my condolences. My condolences. They just upload something and check a like button or a crying emoji or a broken heart. And that's what love they show. What kind of mess is that? I'm used to seeing the real thing. I'm used to seeing people come together and go on and get that pile of bills on top of your dresser in the bedroom that's piling up because you took off from work and you just can't maybe work right now. You just feel so depressed and you want some time off, but you still got to pay your bills. You see the bills gone. And you find out when it comes again, it's current or it's been paid for a month or two in advance. Where is the love? Where is the love? Get in where you fit in. The weakest link needs to be taken care of. And we all have the potential to be the weakest link. When we get knocked down in life and we know we're strong, but we all can get exhausted sometime. We all can feel depressed sometime. We all just want to be heard. Let me talk. Just listen to me. This is the pain I'm feeling. Sometimes now you go to somebody that you think loves you and you try to talk to them and they try to compartmentalize it and make it seem like it's nothing, even if they're listening to you. Half the time they're not even listening to you, but it tells you who they are to you. You want somebody so close, like again, like that little kid who falls and scrapes his knee and there's blood coming, and you want a friend that's near you that when you bump your leg and scratch it and rip the skin off and blood comes out, they grab it and they, oh, come on, let's wash this thing out. You see what I mean? Because they're close to you. When you hurt, they hurt. When you're sad, they feel sadness. When you feel strong, they feel strong. And usually it's them who help to nurture you back to strength. Sometimes you break up with somebody and you're depressed. You don't want to talk about it. A good friend will come over and say, listen, I'm not trying to make you talk about this thing. I just want to be here with you. You don't have to talk to me. Matter of fact, I got my suitcase in the car. I'm going to spend the next 3 days here. I'll make sure everything over here will dust and clean and do whatever. And you want to sleep, you want to watch TV, you want to be mad at me. I'm going to sit here and fall on the couch. I'm going to watch TV sometime, but I'm going to be here with you. What a good feeling. You're in a hospital for whatever reason. And you have loved ones that come there, not for the noisy visit, but they just come to sit there and they fall asleep. The nurse makes it where they can sleep there too. And they wake up. They may have tubes in them. They may be under heavy medication. And they look over and they say, look at this. This is 2:30 in the morning. And my son-in-law or my grandbaby or whoever is sitting over there sleeping. In here with me. The togetherness. the togetherness, the real human touch, where you could feel the energy, not no damn thumbs up. Now that's cool when we communicate when everybody got something to do. You see what I mean? But this, you can't transfer human emotion through electronic means. Now we're doing it now. We know there's love. We know who's who. We know who's really transmitting the love to one another. We can do that when you have the real thing. But it still reduces the signal. You know, telephone calls are real good. You know, that was the next best thing. You know, when you're in love or, you know, you want to talk to somebody in your family and just watch TV together. What happened to that? What happened to watching a TV show together where 10 minutes go by and you don't even say nothing to each other? You just watch the TV. You might say something. Look at that. Huh? What? And that's all you're saying. Children come inside. Mama, you want to tell? You ain't saying nothing. No, we just watching the show together. What happened to those days? Time spent. Let's get together. Even if we're bored together, let's just get together. Why can't we do that? Why can't, if you're intimate with somebody, and I don't mean just always, you know, intimacy is not just sex. Why can't we lay on the couch or lay on the bed and cuddle and fall asleep and wake up together? What you want to eat? Ain't nothing in the house. Come on, let's go to that restaurant. You know, one way over the other side. Yeah, let's take a time. But it's 3:00. It's okay. It's open 24 hours. Let's go. We're going to be up for it. Yeah, and we come back and sleep a little more. Why can't we be free flowing with each other? We got so much crazy schedules now. Well, I'll come over in 30 minutes and I have to leave and so on and so on. What kind of booty call business is this? Now, when you're into somebody and you're committed, you can do the booty call thing. But it could really, if you're committed, you're into them, you should be living with them, right? So that don't sound right. But anyway, you know what I mean. You into the person and they into you and you all live together and you're committed. And you visit the person on lunch break and have a little fun in the car for 30 minutes and you bring them food also. You can do that. But now that's the reality for so many people now. That's all. Who wants to eat the icing and not eat the cake? Who wants to eat the dessert and not eat the meal? Who wants to show up to the party when everybody got their clothes on or their coats on? I'm thinking about the other kind of parties I used to throw, right? Scratch that, right? And they got that little styrofoam plate and they got the aluminum foil over it and some two drunk fools are still dancing. Everybody got their coat on and you show up to the party late. You want to show up on time. You want to spend time. Look, I got friends of mine that I've known for 50 years, over 50 years, actually. I got one friend of mine, 54 years, Angelo, 54 years. I knew him from when I was 6 years old. How about that? Now I can go back further. And I told this story again. And after this, I'm going to sign off because it's over an hour. I'm going to create more work for you. And today we're going to work like demons. But I want to catch that sunlight. I want to get some of this food that I'm hearing cooking. And I got to clean myself, AKA wash your ass. I did a talk show. I did an interview with a pastor from Washington. This had to be about, 14, 15 years ago. It's way, way deep down. And there was a young lady who called in and I spoke with her and she loved the conversation that I had with the pastor, but the pastor wasn't acting as a pastor. She was just a person interviewing, but I knew she was a pastor. So I was very decent in the interview. And I did say some funny jokes in a decent way that she understood. And she told me later on, I appreciate how you made me laugh, but I need to hear the dirty version. I'm like, oh my God, right? But there was a young lady who called in and we vibed and she wanted to know how to find my stuff and everything like that. And so she went later on, I found out, and told her cousin. And her cousin was like, wait a second, I know that name. And the cousin hit me on Facebook. Or the cousin of the cousin, of the cousin of the cousin was on the show. The cousin, like the one who wasn't on the show, right? So she hit me on Facebook and I saw the name. I'm not going to say the name, but you know who that was? And this is through the magic of technology and cyberspace. right? Which we know is used for a lot of evil, but he was a bright spot out of it. She was the young lady who is the same age as me, who, when we first bought the house in Queens in September of 1968, they were the ones, her family, renting upstairs from the prior owners. And my father and mother agreed, let them stay. Let them stay. They don't need to uproot because we moved there. Let them stay as long as they want. And I used to play with her. No, that didn't sound right. We used to play together, right? But we were 5 years old. 5 years old and reconnected online. So that's even crazier. So now my other friend, Angelo, you know, I met him in 69. I met her in 68. So really, she's the longest one, but he's one that I've been in contact with all these years. Matter of fact, I got to give him a call later on. I'm going to bring some of my more personal friends on who want to come on because they got some crazy stories that I will not tell, things that I have been through. You need to hear it from them. Remember the time, Lance? And I'll be like, shh, don't tell that part. They will tell that part. Trust me. But it's a beautiful thing. You know, when you can have the real connection. And this is what we've been stripped away with social media, lack of time. And social media and these ways of communicating, texting, it's supposed to save time, but the trade-off is that it's taken away not just the love, but that human connection. And we can text more, email more, you know, even the FaceTime is cool, but nothing beats that face-to-face. Nothing beats sitting across a table, eating a good meal, staring someone in the eyes, and really vibing with them. We'll have less suicides. We'll have less need for medication for depression. You know, that would take care of a lot of other things if we especially watch what we eat, get back to the original good old foods we used to eat. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but the human touch, good old food together, soul food in the kitchen, time spent cooking the meal, preparing the meal. And the brothers are out there laughing and talking, doing what they got to do. Maybe they went out and bought all the ingredients for the meal. I'm not saying it's just for the ladies to do that, but nothing beats the female touch in the kitchen. We got some good male chefs out here. But all of that together, bringing it together, coming together. What happened to the good old-fashioned family reunions and cookouts? We should use social media to enhance, but not take over that. Because the minute that we give that up and let that be the core of how we communicate, I mean, there's certain extreme situations. We have Sister Oyala over here. You know, she's up in Canada, and we have people in different places. I can't say, come on over tomorrow. You know, there's distance there. But we can get something out of this communion, this fellowship, this journey together that we have in life by sharing what we have and knowing that we're real people. It's so easy to take a fake and false picture or avatar and have a false personality and proclaim to be this person. You know how many white folks out here got black avatars acting like black folks because they're fascinated with black folks and they want to be amongst them, but they would never do that in real life? They can't help but reveal themselves, especially by the responses. But they see the melanated love that we have on a higher vibration when we are vibrating high. And it's something about that because I've known that all my life. Going to rehearsals with my mother, and they would practice at different people's houses and then go before concerts at the actual hall. And everybody ate after that. And they told stories, fascinating stories, conversations, communications, and I'm sitting there, a little kid, just absorbing that. I don't see that anymore. I mean, on Clubhouse, you have nice conversations and stuff like that, but people who are dedicated to a common cause in real life. And you sitting there looking at one and looking, and I couldn't grasp every single thing they said. If I asked, they would explain it to me because those are very decent conversations. But remember, you know, the time I grew up, Malcolm X's spirit was in the air. The time I grew up, the Nation of Islam, their spirit was in the air. Even those in the civil rights movement who were Christian pastors, and they had a little more to them, as opposed to the celebrity pastors that you have to slip a little money to just to say something to get past as bodyguards. that are well armed because he's a pimp preacher, right? The pimp game, the mint game. It was more grassroots back then. And I remember the feeling of it back then. And so that's why I said, if I do a show like this or do something, it may have different moods. Some may be more energetic, some may be more crazy, whatever. But I want to bring back that soul. There's so many people out here trying to be stars. We're all stars. We're all made in a very unique way. So that should not be the goal. Bring your uniqueness. If everybody showed up to the backyard barbecue with the same dish, it would be a boring barbecue. Yeah, we'll laugh and talk, but we're going to eat the same. Everybody bring macaroni and cheese. That would be boring. You see what I mean? That would be boring. No way. So we got to bring and cultivate our uniqueness. I remember back in the 70s, nobody wanted to wear the same dress. Nobody wanted to wear the same outfit. Dudes wanted to do their hair a little way, whatever. We have a little, you know, and back to school shopping. Even when you were in elementary school, you wanted to be right. Even when we had them marshmallow shoes, we used to have those gabardine pants, a little split up the side. It wasn't a split, it was like folded over, but they were nice, stitched up right. You had to match. You had to have your hair cut right. You had to have a little cologne. We talk about elementary school kids who wanted to be right. Now these kids today, some of them, you know, they keep themselves clean. They got some strange styles. I don't understand it, but some dudes don't want to even be clean. Unbelievable. Like today, funk is cologne. What is it that you're wearing? Oh, Essence, the basketball court. Yes, cultivated yesterday and put in the bottle and not washed. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Well, listen, I'm going to wrap this down. It is for me 4:12. The sun goes down by 6. I'm going to take 30 minutes and get clean and get something to eat, get up on a rooftop and come down and start churning out some work. I'm going to have some premieres. And at some point in that point, I want to come on with me and Mr. SCURV. And it's going to be a fun night. But probably tomorrow, like I said, I will do my, I don't know what I'll call it yet. I'll explain everything on Patreon, but not yet. It will be tonight or tomorrow. But this is the week that I start. Okay, so I'm going to make sure it's something that you're going to be interested in, have fun with, keep an open mind. But I'm going to take you on a real trip. If you never grew up in the city of Manhattan, New York City, back in the 70s and 80s, I'm going to make you feel like you were there. I'm going to take you there. I'm not holding anything back. The colorful personalities, the crazy places I found myself up in. It's going to be a circus, but it's going to be fun, educational. I'm not holding anything back, even through my testosteronized days. Yes, I just made up a word. Yeah, coming to work in school dirty. I just happened to, yeah. Stuff all in the corner of the eye. Morning breath in the afternoon. Smelling butt on the bus. Like, what kind of, you know, I can't believe it. When I was driving the bus, and I'm going to leave on this, there was an older dude. He was just nasty. He just, I mean, I didn't hate the guy, but you could tell he was a slob. The zipper never closed. Underwear always stained. He had a little belly, like a basketball belly, and he had his pants high, and it's just nasty. Dirty fingernails. Just looking at all the pretty young girls like he had a shot with them. And he was talking to another nasty old man. And this is what he said. Hey, man, yeah, I know what's wrong with me, man. And I'm going to use some language now, right? Man, you ever feel like on a sweaty day, you know, I ain't take no dump or nothing like that, but something told me, go on up to the bathroom and wipe my ass, man. I wiped my ass, man. There was a wad of shit up in there. I'm like, why would you say something like, man? I'm about to eat, man. It ain't never happened to you. No, because I keep my ass clean. Nasty. He didn't even go to the bathroom, and I'm wiping all up my back. I had this, I had so, man, I don't know what you do when you go in the bathroom. It ain't me. Sorry for the language. We'll say that for Patreon. Anyway, much love to you all. And I'm going to take care of business. I'm really charged up to talk a whole lot, but I'm going to just cut it here. and we're gonna have some good content later on. I guarantee. I already got it canned. It's already made and whatever. So, and the other stuff we come with. And don't forget, Positively Angela, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. We already have the link up somewhere on the channel, but I'll push everything out that we make. And then when I go to sleep tonight, woo-wee, I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna sleep deep and come up and repeat the process again. And what did I hit here? What did I hit here? Did I hit something here? I'm busy talking. I put the music on, and I don't know how long it's been on. Anyway, I hope you heard me. I'm gonna end off right now, and we'll come back later on. Much love to you all. Peace.
I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I'm trying to do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Oh yes sir. I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they said. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Can't be a real nigga, might get you canceled. Fuck the whole system, need the shit dismantled. Coppers treat a nigga like the utmost wanted. Trying to rule the block, but don't know what goes on it. News got a story with a new take on me. Carrying out the window with the screw face on me. But I know that God love me when my blunt burn. 95 degrees and I can't get sunburn. Wonder when your government will make me legal. Burn the whole city if I can't be equal. Get off my dick, please, Brad, I earn that. 400 years, how you still ain't learned? I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I'm trying to do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Oh yes sir. I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they said. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Shout out to the crackers trying to gentrify the genre. Tell them free my niggas, middle finger to your honor. End of days coming down the seconds on the timer. Goofy niggas still trying to purchase that designer. About to buy a chopper, learn to grow my own food. Cause I don't like the look that get me in the Whole Foods. And when you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. But it ain't on me now, I'm lit because my dick heavy. But ain't shit sweet, niggas think we thin. My whole attitude on MC Ren. It's my neighborhood now, Bob, I bought that. 400 years, how you still ain't caught that? I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I'm trying to do more for the soul, way less for the bread. Oh yes sir. I take pack to the lung, kill the stress to the head. I see the things that they do way less than they said. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. God.
John Hawkins showed up in our country, telling us of a land filled with luxury. He said, black man, follow me to America. There you'll find more gold for your labor. Our foreparents were tricked onto his boat. Since that time we've been wrestling with the goat. We landed here in Jamestown, Virginia, 400 years to suffer. So my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is black man hell. When the slave master wanted to have some sport, he would heap on our parents cruelties of the worst sort, burn them at stake, hang them on trees. His ears were deaf to our parents' pleas. Though you were pregnant, black woman, you pull the plow like a horse, like a dog, even a cow. He filled your womb with his wicked seed. His half-white children you were made to breed. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is a black man hell. So-called Negro, open up your eyes. Black man everywhere is on the rise. He has kicked the white man out of Asia, and he's going fast out of Africa. With every ounce of strength and breath, his cry is give us liberty or give us death. The whole black world has eyes on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. So my friend, it's easy to tell, our unity will give the white man hell. God made a promise to Abraham. His seed would be a stranger in a foreign land. They would suffer and be afflicted 400 years, but he would come and wipe away their tears. Our God and Savior, Allah has come. He has declared the white man's day is done. He has given us a divine messenger, one prophesied to come. His name is Elijah. We now can stand up, the whole world to tell. Our God has come to give us heaven and take the devil into hell. Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our names, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, For us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly. Before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China he took silk and gunpowder. From India he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast he took barrels of oil untold. Raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Before we came to America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and fire water. With tricks and lies he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise. On his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell.